My name is Vashti. I'm a clinical intern here. I am in Canada. So I'm from Toronto originally. I have a bachelor's in social development and currently doing my master's in counseling psychology. My bachelor's was at Yorkville, at a University of Waterloo, and at Yorkville, I'm doing my master's. I've also worked primarily in helping professions. And in kind of like human services. So I was a youth engagement facilitator. I was a peer support for individuals with IDD. And I've also been doing relationship and intimacy coaching. My therapeutic approach, at the core, I'm a humanistic type of therapist. I am also, I'd say I'm more Rogerian in my approach. I really resonate with themes of authenticity and purpose and living a full life, a fulfilling life. And so that's primarily the approach I take. When it comes to families or couples, I take a Bowenian systems approach because I think that's very effective. So I really do like trauma-based work. It's a lot of what we do in the industry. I also really I'm excited about working with couples and working with groups. I enjoy CBT quite a bit because of its practicality and its kind of ability to create like behavioral change and see changes. I know even personally how effective it can be. So that's one of the tools I use most frequently. But as I said, at my core, I'm a person-centered therapist. And I really believe that the therapeutic relationship, more than anything, is what brings us that self-awareness and that achievement of our goals and even enhancement of our relationships. In my free time, I like dancing. I like reading. I read a lot. I also like seeing shows and going to the theater, which unfortunately isn't something I can do so much right now because of where I am. I'm in a small town. But when I lived in larger cities, I loved going to the theater. What else? I have really started working out again because I haven't for the last couple of years. And so actually just yesterday I got a rowing machine and I'm really motivated every day to do at least 30 minutes of rowing. Two books I would recommend. The first is Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. That book, starting out in undergrad, really kind of changed how I think about myself, my personal sense of responsibility and ownership and accountability, and also my confidence. I think it's a really transformational book and I recommend it to anyone. It's not like written by a therapist, but it's somebody who I think had a great insight into the human experience. So I greatly recommend that book. And also, I'd say Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. It's a sci-fi book, but I think it really gets us to think about our social world and kind of the times we're living in. So that's one novel and one nonfiction book. It's important to be culturally competent. It's important to ask questions. I try to do broaching and respect everyone's background, because therapy can't be effective unless you are kind of locked into your specific client that you're working with, and you learn as much about their world and their culture and their background, and also think of it within our society and the kind of societal factors that might be playing a role. So I try to educate myself, learn about different cultures. I always approach people with cultural humility, understanding that what my position is, what my privileges are, what their position is, what their privileges are, and kind of the challenges they're facing. I respect everyone's culture, first and foremost. And I think that's kind of the most important part about therapy, that it's a space that we can be open and honest. And in order to achieve that, I just have to make sure that I create the space for that. So it's important for me to always be non-judgmental, to keep everything outside of the room, and just over time, help the client understand that regardless of what is going on, I am on their side. We are working together collaboratively, and regardless of what they've done, what they might do, how they feel, how their relationships are going, I am on their side. And when it comes to couples, I think of myself as a partner of the relationship. I am on the side of the relationship. That's a good question. My goals for the client depend upon the client. It's something that me and the client have to come to collaboratively in terms of setting goals. And so that can be anything. If they want to work on emotional regulation, or they want to enhance their relationship, or they want to feel differently about their body. It just depends on the client. The client determines the goal. And also in terms of success for the client is not something that I can determine. Success in therapy looks like the client feeling that therapy has been helpful to them, that they have achieved something or changed something, or that something about the therapeutic process has made their life at least a little bit better. What I enjoy the most kind of goes back to my passion, which is just this belief that living an authentic, full, healthy life is possible for all of us. So that's what motivates me every day. That's why I got into this field. And yeah, that's what I enjoy most about it, being a partner in that process with others. In order for me to be to do the work that I do and to be at my best in helping my clients, I also have to take care of myself. And so self-care is very important mentally, emotionally, physically. And so I always try to take time for myself throughout the day and even in between sessions to make sure that I'm doing good, that I'm emotionally centered and prepared. And then outside of the workplace, doing things I love, being around with people I love, and finding that fulfillment for myself, because it's something that I work on with others. And so I need to make sure that I'm, doing that for myself as well. What they should know is that bottom line is I'm on their side, regardless of what's going on in their life. I want my client to know that I'm here for them. I support them, that I'm here authentically, and I want them to be authentic. When we're working together, it's going to be an open, honest, judgment-free zone, and they should know that I am here as a support. I also think they should know that you will likely be challenged in sessions, because I take a strength-based approach, and I often see the potential and the possibility in people. Kind of, that as uh, I sometimes that makes this a challenging thing. So expect to kind of maybe be called out sometimes, or for us to really just create progress through that relationship. There were some, like, on my school's platform, there were some preferred internship and practicum sites, and Latte Wellness was one of them. So I looked at the website, I looked at the clinicians, and I saw how diverse the team was. That's something that I think is excellent, and I support. I saw the CEO, young Black person, seemed very entrepreneurial. I was thinking, which clinician might be my site supervisor, looking through the list, and I thought I'd have a good experience here, so I sent in my application. The advice I would give a friend considering therapy is, firstly, to go into it and be open to the experience, be honest in the experience, be authentic in the experience. Even if it's something that you have had an issue with for years of your life, or something, you can say things that you've never said before in your life to this person. Don't be afraid of your therapist. Don't be nervous about the space that you're in. It is a place that you are safe, you can be yourself, and you should always be as honest as possible with your therapist, because that's how you achieve those breakthroughs. That's how you create that change. That's how you push yourself to wellness. And also, I'd say that your relationship with your therapist is very important. So choose a therapist, and work with a therapist that you feel some sort of connection with, and that you think is capable of supporting you, and yeah, being genuine with you.